Hello and welcome back. My name is Alicia Wilford. I am the founder of Yoke and Abundance. And today, Thursdays are for you if you are woo curious or witchy curious. I am talking about all things woo and witchy on Thursdays. Today, we are talking about Oracle decks. So these are one of my absolute favorite tools for personal development, for growth, for fun, for inspiration. So personally, I have been working with Oracle decks for about 7-8 years now. And I use these in a few different capacities. So personally, if I'm stuck when I'm writing or if I need a little inspiration, I will pull a card. If I'm feeling down or sad, or if I'm looking for a little guidance even, I will pull a card, because what I believe Oracle decks do is I believe they're like a Rorschach test. I believe that we see in them what we most need to see. So whatever you get, you're going to read into that image whatever is happening in your conscious or subconscious. You're going to be able to pull that out. It's a way to pull out your own inner wisdom. And there are so many cool decks out there right now. I own about 10 different decks. Some I've purchased and some have been given to me. In the witchy world, I can tell you that they say you should never buy your own deck, that decks should be gifted to you. I think that's a little bit of baloney. I love being gifted decks, and if there's something I really want, I will grab it for myself, and you should too. So if there is a deck here that we're talking about that really speaks to you, go get it. Go get it. There's probably a reason why that particular deck is speaking to you. So the deck that I have been working with the longest in my practice, in my life, with clients, in our morning writing group, Raw. So every morning in a group that I facilitate that is open to anyone, we write our morning pages together, which we talked about earlier this week. And I will pull an oracle card at the beginning of that session to give us some inspiration. And then I use whatever the description for that card is to create a writing prompt for the day. And I'll do that for myself as well. So the deck that I've been using the longest is the Animal Spirit deck by Kim Krans, and it comes with a guidebook that looks like this. So one of the things I love about this deck is it's just very accessible. It's animals. It is the 4 elements, air, fire, water, earth, right? And then spirit. There are 7 spirit cards, and Kim describes those as creatures not of this earth. So I'm just going to show you what this particular deck looks like, because it's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. So you can see it's beautiful. It's got like a snake skin, beautiful pattern for the top of the cards. And then the actual cards themselves are just absolutely gorgeous. So let's take a look at some of these. Like, this is the wolf card, and see how beautiful that is. The wolf is a creature of the earth, stingray, a creature of the water, just absolutely beautiful. So if you were going to pull a card for yourself, I would have you shuffle the deck and then spread them out and run your hands over it and see where energetically felt the best, and then just pick the one that felt right to you. Let's say you picked this card, this stingray. So the first thing that I would have you do is just in your journal, write down what are the initial feelings, thoughts, associations that you have with this card. Write all of those things down. Write down what it looks like to you, what you feel like it represents to you first. What is the meaning that comes up from your heart? Then, after you've taken some time to take a look at that, then the next thing you'll do is you'll read the description in the guidebook. And then you will take from that and take from what you wrote down to find what that meaning is for you. Once you've read the description, another thing that you can do is think about the description that was given and see if there's a prompt for you in that. So for example, The stingray, which is a creature of the water, is about growing a spine, according to Kim Krantz. So I would probably give a prompt something like, where in your life do you feel like you need more backbone, more sense of self? And that's how I would use that card. Now, another way that you can use these decks is I like to pull myself a card if there's something I just need a little guidance on. If, business isn't going well and I'm wondering if that's what I need to see for that to pick up or to work in a new direction, I'll pull a card and then I will use that card for a little bit of inspiration around whatever's happening in my work and my business. So that's the Animal Spirit deck. This is the deck I've been working with the longest. Now, another way that I use this is I actually do readings for clients. I do year ahead spread readings, which are really cool. I will pull one card for each of the months of the year to come, and then one card in the middle, and that's for the theme for the year. And then I will do the write-up and I'll take a picture of it, of each of the cards, take a picture of that spread and send it to my clients. And they will use that often as inspiration for their month. And it's just a really fun thing that you can do on a birthday or at the end of the year or the beginning of the year going into a new year. Now, I have, like I said, 10 different decks. This is the one that I've had the longest. I just wanted to show you a couple different ones so they don't all come in the same vein. Now, the Wild Archetype deck, also by Kim Krantz. This one's really unique because it is a circle. So it comes in this I should show you the box. It comes in a box like this, and then you open it up and this guidebook's on top. And then after you get the guidebook out, the cards are in a box like this, which is pretty unique and interesting. And these cards, also beautiful. That's what the pattern on the outside of the card. And then all of these. Now these are different archetypes. So it's broken up into 4, the selves, places, initiations, and tools. So there's a few different archetypes, and she has this particular deck put together in such a way where you could separate out those 4 different types of archetypes, pull one from each, and then write a story using whatever self came up, whatever place came up, whatever tool came up, and whatever initiation came up. So it's a really unique way, I believe, for writing, which is pretty cool. And then another deck that we have is this really neat deck, and this is called Messages from Her, and it was created by Rachel McKee. She's amazing. I got to interview her on my podcast about a year ago, and she created this deck, and it is women, historical figures, past and present, so they may even still be alive. And then she does a write-up about each of them. So each of them have a different thing that they represent. So, for example, I believe Beyonce represents power and that diva energy. So it's really unique. And then even Queen Elizabeth is in here as well. So there's some cool different cards. And then this is a deck that I recently just received that I'm really loving. And I got it just this week, and I think it's my new favorite deck. It's called the Magic and Medium Oracle deck. So that's a really cool thing. Now, one other thing I wanted to touch on before we break here. So there's a difference between tarot and oracle decks. Tarot is the traditional deck of cards used for divination and telling futures. So that particular deck, it's got a very specific suits and very specific types of cards. I have maybe 1 or 2 tarot decks. They're not my favorite to use because, there's so much to them. However, they are awesome for their own type of work. It's just not always the type of work that I like to do. So I typically lean more towards oracle decks over tarot decks because I feel like there's a lot more room for play and interpretation within those decks, which is right up my alley. So those are oracle decks, how I use them, how I hope you will try to use them. And I hope you will, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe, share it with a friend. And if you want a download of a description of all 10 decks that I have, as well as what I like best about them, click the link below and check that out. I hope you have a great day and stay tuned for more tomorrow. See you soon.